Welcome to Motor Scene's Power Lap. In each episode, 5 of the 50 fastest cars on the planet takes on our treacherous circuit. And only the top 25 quickest on our lap times board will earn their place in the grand finale race at the legendary Circuit de la Sarthe. Hold on tight, because this is Motor Scene's Power Lap. What you're seeing here is one of only 3 Ferrari 330 P4s ever made. Need I say more? And there it goes. Mig is at the wheel of this 1967 masterpiece, a beast with 450 horsepower, a privilege that only a select few have ever experienced. But wait, already testing it hard on the first corner. Into Chicago now, and the 330 P4 just begs for throttle. It's remarkably stable, cutting through with elegance and force. Down the straight, it's flying. Hard braking into Hammerhead. And back on the gas for the approach to follow through. This was the car Ferrari built to challenge the Ford GT40 after the infamous Le Mans defeat. He's tearing past the tyre markers with precision, hurtling down the final straight. Mig is handling it with care now. Swinging the rear around Gambon, and he's over the line. With a time of 1:24.7, the Ferrari claims 3rd position. A rare legend of the racing world, right here on our podium, for now.
Another rally legend from across Europe, small but fierce in Mig's hands. And he's off. This is the Ford Escort 1600 from 1973, prepared for rallying with 260 horsepower. It dives down Crooner, the suspension working hard over every bump, stretching its legs on the straight toward Chicago, and Mig's pushing it. A bit of gravel kicks up on the exit. This Escort's ready for anything. Braking smoothly into Hammerhead now. A tidy corner entry, and look at that. A graceful tail slide on the way out. Mig's got it under control, and the Escort shows its true strengths. Balanced, agile, sharp brakes, and practically begging to be pushed. Flying through follow-through, across the tyre markers. Charging down the straight. Approaching the final corners with just a bit of caution. A clean line through Gambon, and he crosses.
With a time of 1:29.4, the Ford Escort takes 7th place. Not bad for this rally-bred dynamo. Now who's next to take on the track?
No, it's not a lunar rover, though it looks like something out of NASA, and it's off. It's another legend of the track. Mig is piloting the astonishing Chaparral 2D from 1966, packing a ferocious 422 horsepower. And already, it slips coming into Wilson. The car veers onto the grass, losing precious time. But he's back on track, holding tight through Chicago. The low revving growl of that massive engine is unmistakable. Hammerhead now. Watch out, MiG nearly overshoots it. The brakes are working overtime trying to halt this rocket. The Chaparral 2D struggles on our track, unable to unleash the full fury of its engine. He charges into follow-through, zipping past Bentley at an almost unsettling speed. The car is rock solid as it gains speed, charging toward the final stretch. Braking hard for the last corners, MiG pulls it together. Enters Gambon and crosses the line.
With a time of 1:27.6, this beast takes 4th place, sliding in just ahead of the nimble Porsche 908. An absolute machine.
And he's off. Today we're talking about the Alpine A110, a Renault rally legend from the 70s with a humble 160 horsepower. Let's be honest here, it's going to be quite the task for this little car to crack the top 25, especially with Susie, the MiG's so-called girlfriend, reading out her list of grievances from the passenger seat. The petite Alpine dives into Chicago, coming out with a spray of dirt and a slight loss of time. No head-turning speed on the straight here, braking for Hammerhead. And it's a tight, clean turn. But this car takes to the air. MiG isn't exactly coddling this little blue wonder. The real issue here is clear on the straights. This engine just doesn't have the punch of the modern monsters. But MiG presses on, wringing every bit of power out of it through follow-through. He charges past the tires, foot buried on the throttle. Wow! Nearly loses it on the final straight, pushing to the limit in maximum speed. Through the final corners now. Carefully negotiating Gambon. And he's across the line.
As expected, the Alpine slots into 12th place with a time of 1:33.917. Who's going to close the day?
To close the day, we've got the Lancia Fulvia from 1969, a car with 208 horsepower that clinched the International Rally title in 1972. Named after the ancient Roman road Via Fulvia, it's a fitting tribute for a machine about to face our own brutal gauntlet. Oh, and he's off the line just a bit before Chicago. The entire car shudders. Around Chicago now, and though it's lacking outright power, there's a beauty of consistency in this machine. Smooth braking into Hammerhead and a clean, agile turn through the bend. MiG is pressing down hard now through follow-through, urging every ounce of speed from this engine. Flying past the tires and surging down the straight. And wait, what's that? Is the car actually on 3 wheels? Tire smoke and unbelievable, it's balancing on 3 wheels again. Through Gambon, still lifting a wheel and across the line.
With a time of 1:31.376, the Fulvia slips into 10th place, rounding off the day. These rally icons have left quite the impression, but what lies ahead? What other beasts are in store? Subscribe to Motor Scene right now. I'm Tim Jackson, and I see you in the next episode of Motor Scene's Power Lab.